Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast and happy Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Everybody,
hope everyone's looking forward to the weekend. It is Friday here at our New York studio because Theo is in studio with me. I figured, it's Friday. Let Theo have a little fun.
You're quite chipper given the grave news of yesterday.
Oh, fuck, I forgot.
No,
Sorry.
You're allowed to be chipper. I do think that's what the Queen would want.
Are you chipper shaming me?
She would want the show to go on because I don't know if you guys know this, but the Queen was a toaster.
Yeah. And she's not around to deny it, so.
No.
Was that insensitive?
No. The Queen would have wanted that for us.
No, the thing is, I have insurmountable respect for the Queen. I'm not a Queen hater.
I actually don't think anybody could question or challenge our love for the Queen.
Our loyalty to the monarchy for a country in which we do not reside.
So I just think that this is our way of grieving, thinking about the Queen listening to the toast.
Making it about us. She's literally up in heaven listening to the toast.
But we had this conversation before. I think she saw our Halloween episode. I hope
honestly,
I hope she didn't.
We were viral queens.
No, I don't know if she caught that episode. I do think she became a toaster later than that.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's the thing about becoming a toaster. It happens to you at different stages of your life, but it's just as meaningful no matter when it is.
Impactful. So you be chipper. I think that we need that energy today.
It's Friday and I am a human being, so
you be chipper. It's just also a somber day.
No, I totally forgot. I can't lie. I had a busy morning, not to be the influencer that we talk about, but I did get my period and I'm in so much pain. It's a bad one, when you think oh, if this had been the month I got pregnant, I would have had quintuplets,
Yeah. Okay. So now we all know. Thank you. We needed to know that information about you.
I want to be octo mom or tan mom. Tan mom.
Yeah, because carrying that many fetuses at once
Bebes.
is not
healthy. It's a risk.
It's very high risk.
So I don't want to be octo mom. I just want to be famous. I'll take what I can get.
You're on your way.
That is so nice of you.
You're so famous to me. You're the most.
I thought you were going to end that sentence after you're so famous. Period.
You're the most famous person I know.
Is that true?
No.
Let me think about my competition. Who do you know?
Who do?
We know the same people.
It depends how you define no.
Yeah.
You're the most famous person I text with?
Define affair. Oh my God. Okay. So today is an extremely sad day here at the Morning Toast. Yesterday, I think we thought we might be having this conversation relatively soon. The news broke 1 or 2 hours after we wrapped the podcast. And you know what? I'm glad that it didn't happen in the middle of the show. I'm glad that we've had time to kind of sit with it because honestly, I did not expect to be as affected and as emotional by all the tributes that have poured in for Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, everybody is real. I mean, most people really had so much respect for her, so much admiration.
And where I wasn't expecting to find such beautiful words, but one tribute that really got to me was from Khloe Kardashian.
Yes.
She was just the world is always changing and change is so scary. But the one thing we've all always had and been able to rely on as this constant is the monarch. The Queen is the monarch. And just to have that change is crazy and it's scary. And honestly, yes, she was our stagnant queen, literally.
Yeah, she was the constant. And it does feel a little uncertain,
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel it is the end of an era, but it couldn't come at a stranger time,
Yeah, and there's also just so much going on within the family.
Right.
That there's so many other things to consider.
But the thing is, there's always so much going on within the family. If you really think about it, there's so many different people, personalities. There's always some drama. Think about the crown.
Yeah.
It was never going to be everybody is happy to see each other. But the way that things went down yesterday, I thought was really interesting. And
I thought it was bizarre.
It was bizarre. So here's what I think happened yesterday. I think this is kind of confirmed, like she passed hours before they announced it.
Yes.
They said that they were going to be announcing something at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I think it was like 6 o'clock UK time. And we all like were tuned into the television.
Streaming. I was trying to get a license for BBC TV.
It was like 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes. It's almost 30 minutes. And then no one comes out to say anything. And instead, the royal family posts on Instagram the announcement. So,
which is very new media of them. But like for the platform to be Instagram, where I feel like for these types of announcements, it's always to the BBC.
Yeah, no, I thought that they would come out and announce it. Someone would like speak to us and let us know what had happened. I feel like not everyone got there on time, and the news was already like circulating that she had passed, and they just had to get it out because they couldn't wait any longer.
Right. Are you saying like Harry was taking his time? Because there were photos of him like arriving after the announcement had already been made to Balmoral.
He arrived after the announcement. I don't know if they were waiting for him, but I just feel like the timing just got away from them, and they were like, Instagram.
I feel like that's just like how it happens with death. Like you think you have, like you think you know, and then like things happen and people's health declines, and like it just happens so fast.
Yeah, but he was in the UK.
Yeah.
It's not like he was coming from LA.
The grandkids were
which is
there.
like a coincidence.
Right, that was a bizarre coincidence. Also interesting that Meghan was with him in the UK, and she did not go to Balmoral.
Yes, but what I read from the Daily Mail is that earlier that morning they were leaving their hotel or whatever together. She was going to go with him. Then pictures came out that Kate was still at Windsor because she was taking her kids to school, and so then I think Meghan decided not to go.
Oh my God, Meghan is definitely having like PTSD flashbacks, like from like being everything like Kate does, like the comparing.
Well, I mean, if Kate's not going to be there, then
Meghan
then
it's not appropriate in the hierarchy. Yeah. No, I get it.
It's just sad that they can't like text each other and be like, "Girl, are you going?" Instead,
should we
like,
share a jet?
I have to wait for the paparazzi pics to like see where you are. It's like their version of like Instagram stories.
Find my friends.
Yeah.
Totally. So it wasn't necessarily the most unexpected news, but it's just still so sad. And now all the things that happen after are going to be really interesting to watch.
Yes. So we have a lot of news about yesterday and the Queen. And I think without further ado, we should jump right in because I have nothing
I do want to say
else to share. My day was somber. It was raining all day here. It was rain. Usually there's always like a rainstorm every few days. It's 20 minutes. All day rain.
God was crying.
We were all crying.
It was a beautiful day here, though.
Well, God was also smiling, too.
100% after 70 years of a gorgeous, loyal monarchy.
Yeah. So, without further ado, here are the fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
And today's episode is brought to you by Visa. Do you ever dream of starting something game-changing? Well, then Visa can help make it happen. Maybe it's creating and selling your own customized sneakers. Maybe it's transforming your dorm room into a plushy pop-up shop, or finally going mainstream with your side hustle. For us, it was starting a morning show that literally changed the world. Changed the world. Whatever you're bold enough to try, Visa has the power to help bring your game-changing ideas to life. Visa. Anyone can change the game.
Great, thank you for that. Our first story, Queen Elizabeth, the longest reigning British monarch, has died at the age of 96. Her historic 70-year reign has come to an end. Excuse me for a second. Queen Elizabeth II, one of the most iconic figures of both the 20th and 21st centuries, has died. Quote, the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon, Buckingham Palace announced in an official statement on Thursday. The statement continued, quote, the King and the Queen Consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow. Charles has returned to King Charles, Cavalier Spaniel, has returned.
I was literally thinking
London.
There's only one King Charles in my life. Well, there's 3, but...
The news of Queen Elizabeth's death comes with another history-making moment. She is succeeded immediately by her eldest son, Prince Charles, 73, who will now be the monarch. Charles's firstborn son, Prince William, is now next in line to the world's most famous throne, followed by his firstborn son, Prince George.
Now, I know we all knew, like, Charles was next in line, but I think in the back of everyone's head, there was, like, a little, like, glimmer of hope that Queenie was leaving a note behind, being like, get my son away from the throne. Like,
yeah.
So even though this was literally what's supposed to happen, there was no way around it. I can't be the only one who was like, when they saw the announcement, I'm like, the king and queen consort Charles. I was like,
yeah. And they announced it so quickly, like thereafter there was a letter from His Majesty the King. It was Charles, so there was no questioning like, oh, who's going to be next? Like, he is now King Charles.
Yeah.
She didn't leave that note for us. And given that she didn't, I actually am feeling more open-minded towards Charles than I thought that I would, because up until yesterday, like, I believed he was nothing of the sort. Like, I really don't like he's not for me. Yeah. But now knowing like this is what the queen wanted, and maybe she'd had the authority to usurp him, but this is what she wants. Charles is king. That's how she left it. And I think we have to respect the queen and accept him.
No, of course.
Accept him as our king here in America.
In America. I've never been alive for like a passing of the throne. So I don't know if this is just a general feeling you have whenever there's a new monarch, but it's just like, I don't see it, you know? Like, he's just not giving king energy.
He's not kingly. That's the problem with him. Like, and in the words of Patricia Altschul, like, he's lived an inelegant life, and it's hard to see him in that way now.
In a regal kind of, like, I can't imagine anyone listening to him. He does not feel authoritative at all. He's like the person whose opinion at like the family dinner you literally ignore.
Yeah. Yeah, they did release a picture of him. Did you see the picture of him in his royal garb, like, on the chair?
Yes.
It wasn't the worst picture.
So his mom dies and he runs to the throne to take a photo. Like, they already had that one?
I think it was an old photo because he does look
a little younger.
Fresh to death.
And I don't really understand how these things work, that, like, you know, Philip was a prince and Camilla, who is like a scandalized woman, is a queen consort.
Yeah, so in February, remember the queen put forth a statement that would be her wish, that Camilla would have the title of queen consort.
You know what? After all they put that woman through, Camilla deserves the title. Like, they couldn't just let them get married when they liked each other because she had like a husband. Who cares?
No, because now she wasn't a virgin. She wasn't married yet.
God, I can't.
And yeah, that's the thing. Like, people don't like Camilla because of like her role in the Charles and Diana thing. But honestly, it's none of those people's faults. It's the parents' fault who like didn't let them be together. And honestly, Charles and Camilla, their story is kind of extremely romantic. It's like all of these years Charles was with so many different eligible women. He could have had anyone, and it's like it was always Camilla.
No, totally. And like, it's we have to talk about it while like eliminating Diana from the conversation because her life was fucking ruined.
Yeah.
But they really never should have let him marry anyone else because he wasn't the type of royal who was born like understanding that this was his duty and like willing to forego all the things that he wanted in life because he was born in this place. He wanted what he wanted and he wasn't going to give up on it. So you know what? Like, I do actually feel like Charles and Camilla like are still deeply in love.
It's like a win for...
That's a testament.
It's a win for romance, but it's not a win for duty.
No, but you know what? She's done a good job and they should have just let her have the job from the very beginning. Like, there was no reason they had to be all sneaky and bring Diana in and like all this stuff.
Yeah, but I personally like don't hold it against Camilla.
No, me neither, even though like she was being like a Jezebel, but you know what? The heart wants what it wants.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting, and I was thinking about this last night, is because Harry is now a direct offspring of the monarch, his children will become princes and princesses if they so choose to give their kids that title.
Yes.
And it just makes me think, because I'm like a conspiracy theorist, and there is like a very widely believed conspiracy that allegedly Charles is not Harry's father. His father is James Hewitt. If you've seen a photo of James Hewitt, he's literally Harry in 10 years. It's crazy. Which would now just be so crazy because let's say that conspiracy, like let's live inside that conspiracy. That would mean like Harry and Meghan like literally have no relation to the monarchy. Like, so their brother is next in line, but that's it.
That's relation to the monarchy.
Not to the monarch.
Yeah, well, that's actually our next story, a guide to the royal family's new official titles. We're going to tell you how everything changes now.
And I just want to say, I know you're like still like working out your TikTok thing, but you absolutely need to get it back on TikTok and follow this girl. She's a brunette American girly with glasses. I'm so sorry I don't know her name. She explains everything. I know everything you're about to say.
Okay, let me, oh my God, I just opened TikTok on my iPad because I have it here. And the first one is like about how Queen Elizabeth is going to be reincarnated as Trisha Paytas's baby.
Yes, I did hear that. Trisha went into labor as the announcement was being, made. There are rumors she's named her child Elizabeth. I don't know if that's true or not. But I could definitely see Queenie coming back and finally being able to live.
Yeah.
And I think Trisha Paytas's future child is going to live.
Yes, I don't hate that, but I don't think the timing matches up. I think if reincarnation is a thing, it has to be like this. Actually, no, the soul needs time to travel across the pond. Plus, she's on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm. Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, if you were to be reincarnated as another species, you can't be Kylie, what would you want to be reincarnated as? Like an alien, an animal? What kind of animal? A sea mammal?
Maybe a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel.
Totally. But one that lives in the palace.
Yeah, one of the corgis.
Yeah.
She's reunited with her corgis.
I also wouldn't mind being a bird.
Why?
Flying. Would never have to
But what if flying for birds is the equivalent of running for humans? Strenuous.
Such a good question. However, I don't think birds possess the emotional intelligence to hate exercise, But that's a very valid point. I'll have to look into that before I make my full decision.
Right. That's why some birds take to the sidewalk. Some birds just perch. Not for
I
them.
would be a percher. I would be a percher for sure.
On the telephone pole.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Second story.
Second story. Everyone is moving on up. Titles are changing. Here we go. Prince Charles will now be known as King Charles III Cavalier Spaniel.
There was my girlie on TikTok said there was a lot of speculation that he might not use his born name for his royal name.
That's what they said.
Because Charles, in terms of the monarchy, has a negative association. Not him specifically, just the name in general.
The second and the first.
Right. So I guess he decided to, stick to his guns. He's clearly not into sacrificing anything.
No, but I will say, I think in the past, monarchs would change their name upon becoming the monarch and do their royal name. But because Charles is 73 years old, it's who are you fooling? We know you're Charles. I feel like it's a little late in life to go by something else. I don't know if that's the reason, but just as a lay person, it works for me. And the fact that he is King Charles does give him a gravitas that makes him more endearing to me.
It's a strong name.
And it's King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. I'm sold.
Do you think his animal of choice is going to be King Charles Cavalier?
No offense, he fucking better. It's now time for I'm prepared to embrace him, but he needs to start acting right.
He needs to help us help him.
He needs to start acting right, and he needs to start acting like a monarch and not just doing whatever the fuck he wants. Act right.
Act right. That's so true.
Make it easy for us and get a King Charles.
Was Elizabeth's born name Elizabeth?
Yeah. Queen shit.
Queen shit. But that's a royal last name.
Yeah, there was a Queen Elizabeth I, so it could be done. Next, Camilla will now be Queen Consort.
It's kind of a stunning name. It's giving ASMR. Queen Consort.
But why can't she just be Queen?
I don't know. But again, I don't know if this is just something that happens when it's a changing of the guards and in 10 years they'll be yes, so royal. I don't see either of them as true royal highnesses. I just don't.
I know. But
they do not possess the regal energy that they believe they do.
I don't even think they believe they do.
I know. I think they're just waiting.
Yeah, but I'll give her a chance.
Yeah, of course. No, I'm an open-minded girlie.
I never followed her closely, her fashion or her work or anything. But I'm open. They came back to London this morning. There was thousands of people outside Buckingham Palace, obviously mourning the Queen, and they were very warmly received.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird part of being royal where you're given no time to be human. Literally the man's mom died yesterday and he has to have his photograph taken, go out and meet with these random people. It's so unnatural.
It is, but he's 73. He's had time to prepare, as opposed to Queen Elizabeth, who was 26 years old and her father died suddenly and she did all of it with the utmost grace.
Yeah, no, it's just starting a new job literally the afternoon that one of your parents dies.
Yeah, no, it's
weird.
It's not a lot, but this is a chance for Charles to rise to the occasion.
Yes, and it's about damn time he does rise.
Yeah. Now, Prince William will now go by the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall and Cambridge, and he's also expected to inherit the title of the Prince of Wales, which was Charles's title. That's always...
But Charles has to give it, like Elizabeth gave it to Charles. Like, it's something you have to give.
Okay, and I think that he will. Like, there's...
Me too.
There's
I think Willie and Charlie have a good relationship.
There's
I think
no
there's
reason why they
respect.
shouldn't. And he will be the heir, and
King.
That's just what's done. So he'll be the Prince of Wales, and then that would mean Kate would be the Princess of Wales, which is very fitting.
So elegant. I wonder how she's doing.
Yeah, I'm sure she's just worried about the grandkids.
The grandkids. You know, it's like their first brush with death. Like, it's like always awkward to Oh, right. They're pros at this point.
Yeah. Now, Prince George is going to become His Royal Highness Prince George of Cornwall and Cambridge. So they just got
a nice title.
They got Cornwall now. They were always the Cambridges, but
yes,
now they've snatched up Cornwall. Princess Charlotte of Cornwall and Cambridge. Prince Louis of Cornwall and Cambridge.
Prince George is a great name.
Yeah.
And he's really turning into quite a handsome young man.
Yeah, no, and we don't know his personality yet, but he seems like he's got what it takes.
He has that that energy that I think people immediately saw that William had and immediately saw that Charles did not.
Yeah.
It's like a regalness like that you just carry with you, where it's like you're clearly the firstborn, you're rising
to the occasion.
We could see a future in which you are the monarch, and I don't think anyone really ever felt that way about Charles. I feel like he's just kind of been doomed from the start.
Well, I think just because from the start, I mean, we see in The Crown how he's like very emotional, you know, very like, what about me? What about my feelings? Like, mommy. And it's like, girl, you're gonna be king.
He's like so privileged.
Yeah, and just like less rational, more emotional. And then I think throughout his life, he's constantly made decisions that he's wanted to make, as opposed to doing what was like right and necessary.
As opposed to his mother, who literally never made a decision for herself. Never. It was always for the monarchy. And I think that maybe William would have ended up that way, but I think when he lost his mom, like, he really grew up very fast and like immediately became very kingly.
Yeah, he's very kingly.
Yeah.
And so is Prince George. Then Harry and Meghan, no new titles for them. But Archie and Lilibet could become prince and princess if Charles decides to bestow it upon them. What would have been interesting is, like, if there was never this break within the family, I believe he would have given them those titles, unless, like, you're saying he might not be the grandpa.
No, I'm telling you, what happens with Archie and Lilibet will be really
interesting. No, but now
like,
everything can be blamed on the split.
Yes, that's true. And also, if let's say Harry has no relation to Charles and they know this, they're going to do everything publicly to cover that up. They're not going to be like, snubbing people with titles.
Yeah, but I think that and also, as far as Meghan and Harry are concerned, I think that they would say that they don't want the titles for their kids.
Right. Isn't that why they moved to the States?
And like when Archie was born, they offered him a title, the Earl of Dumbarton. It was a courtesy title, and they declined it. They had said like they wanted him to be prince because the great-grandkids of the monarch are prince and princess, but that's actually not true. It's the grandkids of the monarch are all prince and princess. If you think of,
which is why they're now eligible,
right? But they actually were not eligible when the queen was the monarch. But I think to us lay people, we're all like, yeah, why aren't they prince and princess?
Right. Well, the thing that I just find confusing about the Harry and Meghan thing is like when they did step back, like what that meant, because I think they have the titles in name only. I don't think they're allowed to like use the titles, but I see the titles everywhere.
Yeah, like
the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Yeah, when Harry goes back to the UK today, it's like the Sussexes are back together.
Right. No, but like even I feel like in their work, like I feel like in her podcast, like they call her the Duchess of Sussex.
Let me go look. I actually was trying to find their Instagram yesterday because I was wondering what they...
I think it's Sussex House.
Really?
No, I don't know. I literally just made that up.
Okay. Yep. Archetypes, Introducing Archetypes, a refreshing and dynamic new podcast where Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, dives into the labels that try to hold women back.
Oh, you mean like the label they just used? I just got confused when they stepped back as to like it felt like their titles became even more prominent after they left.
Yeah, no, it's like
a flex for sure. I mean, like
No, but
look
like-
at Countess Luann.
take it all or nothing is really like, you know, walk the walk,
Yeah.
talk the talk. Like they get all of the like privileges of like being royal,
The
and now they
accolades.
don't have to deal with their responsibilities, and they can like do Netflix, Spotify,
Come and go as they please.
Disney, etc. Make the money.
Yeah.
They don't have to.
I just thought like the titles were gone. And now I honestly, like when they were royals, I literally didn't even know their titles.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the titles are gone.
So I don't
like,
know if
from,
they're gonna.
I think from like the history books, but
Yeah.
not in terms of colloquially speaking.
Socially. So I don't know if they're going to embrace the potential title of prince and princess for their kids or reject it. Because I honestly don't, I really don't they haven't been clear on what their vibe towards titles is.
Yeah, agreed. I don't know
maybe
either.
they're down. Don't get me wrong. Somebody offers Theo a princedom. Like you bet your ass we're marching up to the palace and taking it.
Yeah, I feel like it's like it's not about like titles, yes or no. It's like, well, what's the title? Like we
Right.
don't care about the Earl of Dumbarton.
Yeah. I mean,
we will
that's
be accepting.
not a great title. The Earl of Dumbarton.
Would you rather have no title or be the Earless of Dumbarton?
Is it Earless?
I think
What is
it's
it?
well, think Robert Grantham was an earl, right? So what was Cora?
Dowager.
No.
No.
Dowager means
Cora. Cora was
she was the lady.
lady.
Earl's wife. Earl's wife title.
Earl's
Countess.
Earl's wife is Aunt Pearl.
Not too shabby. Countess of Dumbarton. Are you going to take it?
Dumbarton. I mean, yeah, I'm taking anything. And also, maybe it's just like an American thing, but when I think of Earl, I literally think of like a balding, like potbelly, like Uncle Earl from
Yeah.
Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Okay, but like,
That's just
would you
being
take
so
Earl
American.
for, how old is Archie? 2-3 years until you become prince? Could you do a
of
holdover
course.
Earl?
We're playing a long game here.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. No, I would take it.
Yeah. Same.
And I also think to reject a title is just like kind of rude.
A little.
It's like, here, would you like this diamond bracelet? No, thanks.
No, I'll wait for the bigger one.
Yeah, right. It's like a little rude.
It's a little small, that one.
So we're just gonna have to watch like how
Why did I put my iPad down? We're like
I don't
so far
know.
from done.
we're gonna have to watch, see how Charles does. I'm open-minded. I'm not, my expectations are low.
Yeah, but I'm really feeling like this tabula rasa vibe where it's like, okay, I can maybe not forget, but like compartmentalize how you spent the last 73 years. Let's see what you do starting today and if you want to conduct yourself in a regal manner.
Yeah.
And then our third story is just one more Queen story because a rainbow appeared over Buckingham Palace shortly before Queen Elizabeth's death was announced. A double rainbow broke through the clouds over Buckingham Palace in London on Thursday, shortly before the death of Queen Elizabeth II was announced. Buckingham Palace said the Queen died peacefully at age 96 at Balmoral Castle in Scotland on Thursday afternoon. Crowds were gathered outside the royal residence in London amid concerns about the monarch's health when the rainbows appeared. So going by what we said, if it was a few hours before the announcement, she was likely already passed, and this
Right.
rainbow very likely was her. I mean, I'm a spiritual person already, but even something like this, I'm like, whoa. I'm like,
Especially in a town like London, where in order to make a rainbow, you need the sun, and the sun does not shine in London.
and it's like the Queen is a divine being. You know, if you go back to the beginning, she's the leader of the Church of England, and she's a godly figure. And so now seeing this, I'm like, maybe she is.
No, totally. There were just so many things, like so many things that happened, so many things that people shared that were really like emo. Like I saw this poem, I sent it to you last night.
I didn't know if you were sending it to me because it was sweet or because like you were laughing.
You think I would laugh at this?
I don't know, that like just someone.
What kind of monster? Seriously, you think I'm a monster?
But I thought I said how sweet.
I thought it was so beautiful. Let me read it, okay?
It is really beautiful.
Philip came to me today and said it was time to go. I looked at him and smiled as I whispered that I know. Oh my God, I'm literally going to cry. I then turned and looked behind me, and seeing I was asleep, all my family were around me, and I could hear them weep. I gently touched each shoulder with Philip by my side. Then I turned away and walked with my angel guide. Philip held my hand as he led the way to a world where kings and queens are monarchs every day. I was given a crown to wear, or a halo known by some. The difference is up here, they are worn by everyone. I felt a sense of peace. My reign had seen its end. 70 years I had served my country as the people's friend. I'm not okay. Thank you for the years, for all the time and love. Now I am one of two again in our palace up above.
Source unknown.
Source unknown. The person posted on Instagram stories and was like, I found this on Facebook. Like,
very,
but it's
very
really
sweet.
Beautiful.
Rip.
Okay, I have to say, I definitely saw a little bit less of the disrespect for the dead that I saw with Olivia Newton-John. Like, I didn't see people singing the Queen's songs, you know? Like, if anybody posted, like, a song, it was really beautiful. No one was like, rip Queen. It was like...
I saw a little bit of rip Queen, but
A little.
But I will
with
say...
Olivia Newton-John, it was so obvious, and at least people were capitalizing rip.
I think it's because with the Queen, there's, like, more things that you can say, like, God save the Queen.
Long may she reign.
Yeah, stuff like that, whereas when it's a lay person, it's just like, rip.
Rip. I don't give a rip. People are literally not okay.
Literally not okay, but I will say I have thoroughly enjoyed my whole Instagram feed being Queenie
Me
content.
too.
And just seeing really who the Queenophiles are out there that I follow.
No, and like the impact of a person who literally nobody has met. Like nobody I saw on social media
but
had
I
ever met
also
her.
love seeing all the celebrities that she's met over the years. Like who is big enough to meet the Queen.
Yes, I actually watched a stunning video from the chief rabbi of Israel. He had a very good relationship with Queen. She was extremely supportive of the community.
I love that for her.
And if Charles doesn't follow in her footsteps, like not my king.
No.
Literally. He's not.
Yeah, if I'm Charles, like I'm going back at looking at the last 70 years page by page, and anytime a decision comes to me, I go and see what Queen did. It's all that needs to be done. The playbook is there.
Charles is not in a great spot. Let me tell you why. One, everyone hates him and thinks he's totally inept. Two, he's literally filling the big, like he could not be following in the footsteps of a more universally loved and respected monarch.
Yeah.
It's really, he could do his absolute best and it's all downhill from here. It's just, it's very hard.
No, and also a few weeks ago, like news came out that he accepted money from Osama bin Laden's family. Did you see that?
What?
Yeah. Hold on, I pulled it up. It said he accepted $1 million from Osama bin Laden's half-brothers in 2013 to his Prince of Wales Charitable Foundation.
Okay, at least it was for charity. That's better. Like, let's be real. No, it's not great. It's not great.
Yeah, so it's just...
Yeah, he's a little messy king.
Yeah, but I think he has an opportunity ahead of him. I don't want him to like think it's all the history books are written. Like it's never too late to turn it around, to start anew.
I couldn't agree more.
And even at 73 years old, like you're able to change.
100%. Long may he reign.
Long may he reign.
Oh,
and that's
to be young.
Our Queen recap. The tributes, I'm sure, will continue to come in this weekend. The funeral will be in a few days. The Brits have like a 7-day mourning period. I don't think they have to work, which...
It's giving Shiva.
It's giving Shiva, which is so sweet. Everyone just needs to really take the time.
Decompress.
Think about the Queen. Honor her in whichever way they see fit.
Yeah, and you know what's so crazy is like how invested we feel, and we're not even British, and we're certainly not Catholic. But if you're a British Catholic, like this is crazy.
No, they're at the palace.
Yeah, you're outside the palace, like wailing.
Yeah.
You're the Princess of Wales.
Queen. I miss her already.
I miss her already too, but you know what? Like I'm so happy for her. Like her life was hard.
No, and it's like...
It was long and it was hard and it was full of treacherousness.
But it's like... job well done. Like she goes out and it's like you aced it, Queenie. Like
she gets an A+ from everyone.
An A+ for life, for reigning. Like, I don't know who she answers to up there, but they're like, not nary a bad remark.
Yeah. I just like, I obviously am sad she's gone, but I'm also like extremely happy for her. Like, she finds peace.
Yeah.
Her life was hard.
Yeah.
Literally remember that man like literally came in and sat in her bed.
I know, and she was like, what's up, girl?
She was so calm. And you know what? If you do not watch The Crown, now would be a great time. I wish I like never watched The Crown.
I think no, don't say that, because I only, like, my royal
respect
love, everything started with The Crown. Before The Crown, I didn't watch William and Kate's wedding. I literally probably couldn't tell you who her kids were, it sparked an interest in me that, like, for the last 5 years or whatever, like, I've been able to enjoy the Queen while she was alive. Imagine watching it now and be like, I missed all of this.
I missed it.
History was happening every day and I missed it.
100%.
But you could definitely rewatch it. I'm sure it'll be #1 on Netflix this weekend.
Yes, I
and
agree.
The Crown was filming in Spain, and they're taking 6 weeks off of filming. They were filming the Diana car crash scene, so they're just pausing.
Yikes.
Yeah. So that's the Queen news. We'll now get into some of the other mindless celeb news of the day, but we'll come back to her.
And the rest of the show is brought to you by ZocDoc. Battleship is a fun board game that a lot of us played as kids, but as an adult, Calendar Battleship is the most frustrating game you play with your doctor, trying to find when you're both free for an appointment, like in 3 months. But with ZocDoc, booking an appointment with a doctor that suits your needs is easy. ZocDoc is a free app that shows you doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them. On ZocDoc, you can find every specialist under the sun, whether you're trying to straighten your teeth, fix your achy back, get a mole checked out, or anything else. ZocDoc has you covered. Their mobile app is easy. It's as easy as ordering a ride to a restaurant or getting delivery to your house. You'll search and find and book doctors within a few taps. Find and review local doctors. You can read verified patient reviews from people who made real appointments. Now, when you walk into that doctor's office, you're all set to see someone in your network who gets you. Go to ZocDoc.com/toast and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then start your search for a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/toast. ZocDoc.com/toast.
Great. Okay, our next story. Kylie Jenner and Kris Jenner went on James Corden's The Late Late Show on Thursday, and they were answering a bunch of questions making headline news, including, what's your baby's name? Though Kylie still isn't ready to share. So Kylie still isn't ready to share her and Travis's 7-month-old son's name since changing it from Wolf, but the reality star did just drop a major hint. No, she didn't. While speaking to James Corden, she said that she has not officially legally changed the name. It's still Wolf on his passport, but that isn't going to be his name. Quote, "We're just waiting and simmering. We don't call him Wolf." She added that she's not ready to share yet because Travis often thinks of cool names and changes the moniker again. But James advised her to zone in on one, and she replied that we have. When he asked her whether the name is still animal themed, she replied no. So that's the major hint.
Okay, do you know about the conspiracy theory about us?
No, I saw something that people think that I was maybe
that
right.
That we know the name and we accidentally dropped it on a Breaking Bread episode, and like
That's
we were
what happened.
covering it up.
That's
because
true.
Literally it was
It's
like
true.
3 days after I went out to a club with Stas, and they're like, Stas told Claudia, and Claudia knows the name, and Claudia told Jackie, and Jackie accidentally dropped it, but then they covered it up.
Yeah,
like,
no,
first of all,
it's
don't you think
so
we would have
true.
edited that out?
No, it was live. But
when
it's true, you
we
guys.
uploaded it, we could have edited it out.
It's true. What can I say? You caught us.
Yeah, Jackie had said that the baby's name was Knight, which a lot of people think.
Yeah, that's why I said it. And that's what I think of his name when I don't think of him as Wolf. I think of him as Knight because I just saw it so many times. But then also
I literally don't even think of him because he doesn't have a name. So like he's not even in my brain.
But it's because Stas told you, and that's how I knew.
Right. Yeah, no, because we know.
Because we know for sure. I love that for us. I can neither confirm nor deny these rumors.
I just feel like it's important to let everyone know Jackie's being sarcastic. I don't know if they can read. We don't know anything.
Can't confirm or deny.
But how cool do people think we are? Like
Beyond.
just knowing things. And also like we would, if we knew, we would say.
No, we wouldn't. We actually wouldn't.
No. If I knew, I would be like, I feel like the name is Xander. and then it'll be Xander. They'll be like, Claudia, how did you know?
It would depend how you found out. If it was someone who's like confidence you wouldn't betray, you wouldn't do that. If you like found out from...
By the way, what if the name now is Xander?
I could see it.
No, I could see it too. Because it starts with an X and like she was doing a W before.
Yeah, I just like can't confirm or deny these rumors. What can I say?
Yeah, no, for sure. I like how James Corden is becoming the new Ellen. Like just celebrities who like him and trust him go on his show to like be mindless.
Right. So there was more stuff from the episode. Chris and Kylie are there, I believe, promoting their new Kylie Cosmetics collab. It's another Chris collection part 2, all about like martinis and elegant living, diamonds. And Chris also took a lie detector test where she was asked many a question, including, is Kylie your favorite daughter? Yes, the lie detector determined that was true. She was asked if she liked Kourtney's wedding dress. Chris said yes. The lie detector determined that was true. Okay. She was asked if Kylie skips too many family commitments. She said yes. The lie detector determined that that was true. She was asked if Kourtney and Travis's PDA is too much. I believe she said sometimes, and then the lie detector determined that was false.
All the time.
Yeah, I'm just going based on my memory here. So she was asked.
Was it the classic lie detector man?
He didn't look familiar. He wasn't Lisa Vanderpump's guy. She was asked if Kim ripped the Marilyn dress. She said no. The lie detector determined that was true.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't remember what else.
Even though, like, I like how we all just, like, believe lie detector tests when they're literally have been proven to not be legit.
Yeah. I feel like it was all planned before. She's not actually gonna take, like, it was all planned, but it was entertaining.
No, and I could see them doing that whole little skit.
She was asked if she sold Kim's sex tape. She said no. The lie detector determined that was a lie. I'm kidding. The lie detector determined that was true. That she did not.
Yeah, I just could see them putting together that segment to address one thing and then putting like cushion questions like about Kourtney's dress and shit. Like literally just to address the Marilyn thing.
And like Chris came with a knife and said, lie detector man, you'll say these things are true.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. But still.
So we still don't know Kylie's baby's name.
Kylie looked gorgina beyond. Like,
I'm like really entering my Chris era. Like I am a Chris. If I honestly could steal the wardrobe, the decor, the everything of one of the girls, it would be Chris.
Yeah.
Chris is like coastal grandmother billionaire.
Yeah. No, I'm really like, I love the three. I love Kylie, Chloe, and Kim. Like,
yeah, Chloe's like everything.
They're all. But Chloe's been doing a lot for me these days. My top's Good American. Code Jackie20. They DM'd me.
Oh, I have one too. Claudia 20.
Yeah, 20% off either of our codes, but Jackie20 is the one you want to go with.
Yeah, no, it's Jackie20 is spelled CLAUDIA. And by the way, we make no money off of this. We're just like thirsty wenches. CLAUDIA 20 at goodamerican.com. The set that I wore to Funny Girl was from Good American. Everything I own is from Good American. And honestly, shout out, Remy Bader got me so into Good American. I was like definitely sleeping on it because I don't really like to wear jeans. And they literally barely even sell jeans. Like they literally sell everything else too.
Yeah, but I just want to say Jackie is actually less letters than Claudia, so you probably just want to go with Jackie20 for brevity's sake.
Yeah, and so if you guys are wondering how that's spelled, it's CLAUDIA 20.
Or you can split your order in half, do one with Jackie20, one with Claudia20.
You know, I use Jackie20. We don't even get anything out of this promo code, so fine, use your Jackie20. I don't fucking care. You think I care? You think I motherfucking care?
Jackie20.
Yeah,
fifth and final story. Are you ready for it?
I was literally born ready.
The people of Venice are on their feet again because Ana de Armas.
Oh my God, these people will stand up for anything.
Received a 14-minute standing ovation in Venice after streaming or premiering her movie Blonde. Which is where she plays Marilyn Monroe. Andrew Dominic's Blonde debuted to a massive 14-minute long-standing ovation during its world premiere at the 2022 Venice Film Festival. Ana de Armas, who plays Marilyn Monroe, was in tears at the screening, her face glowing as tears streamed down her face, I guess.
Yeah, like even the best movie I've ever seen, I probably wouldn't stand for more than 10 seconds, and that's probably just because I'm getting the popcorn off my lap. Like, I can't imagine a movie being that good, especially, no offense, if it's like about Marilyn Monroe. Like, she was a queen for sure, but like, I don't know her.
14 minutes is just a long time to
and that's
stand.
awkward as fuck. Like all these videos that are coming out, like Brendan Fraser's a P-jom, so like I didn't feel awkward, but like watching the Ana de Armas one, it's just like, it's like when people sing you happy birthday, like what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, also at this point, like if your movie doesn't receive a standing ovation, like it must be
embarrassing,
absolute trash.
Embarrassado, like seriously, because they're standing up in Venice for anyone.
Also, Brad Pitt is a producer on this movie, and it's
Yes.
just
I ship.
make me
ship.
ship. It just make me ship. But have you heard the rumors about Brad Pitt and Emily Ratajkowski?
No, what?
That they're like dating. That was from
honestly,
a few weeks
she
ago.
like gives Angelina vibes, like in terms of her looks. So he obviously has a type. And I don't ship.
No.
Maybe it's just because I'm jealous.
I would ship sufficiently, but I prefer this pairing. Even though no one said they're together, he just like took a picture of her because he worked on the movie. Also, Adrian Brody was there with his girly
with Georgina
girl,
Chapman.
Georgina Chapman.
Obsession doesn't even begin to describe the way I feel about Georgina Chapman and Adrian Brody. Like, what a miserable life she had for so many years, being married to like this disgusting slob, and to now be out and about with like this hot Jewish man. I'm sure she's getting dick down in Venice. Like, I'm so happy for her. Like, oh, to be young.
Not Georgina Chapman getting dick down in Venice.
She deserves it.
Yeah.
She's getting dick down in Venice. Like, she deserves it. Get your dick, girl. Like, I love that for you.
Yeah, so Marilyn movie looks good.
Adrian Brody
Enough.
is a good kid. He's a good kid.
What's that from?
No, he's like a good kid.
But
It's not like
why
from
are
anything.
you calling him a kid when he's like your father?
Because he's like a good kid, you know?
Okay.
Also, I just feel like I can't talk about Adrian Brody without talking about the time that I was seated next to him at a dinner party and had legitimately no clue who he was. And I was like, what do you do? Because everyone at the table was famous. You know, Mariah Carey was there. I'm like, oh, they obviously sat me next to like the other not famous person. Two losers. And he's like, I'm an artist. I'm like you paint? He's like, yeah, I have like a studio in Soho. You should come by. And I'm like, I would love that. I'm like, I'm never going to see this loser again. And then he left and someone was like, how hot is Adrian Brody? I'm like, Adrian Brody's here? They're like, he was literally sitting next to you. And I felt like the worst Jew in the world.
You botched it. You squandered your chance. You could have been Mrs. Adrian Brody. Could have been you on that red
I couldn't
carpet.
have, because at the time I was a big-faced moly bitch. And Adrian Brody like wouldn't have looked at me twice. But now I have the moles gone.
Adrian Brody appreciates inner beauty. It just so happens he's dating someone physically gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I think it's his inner beauty.
Just a coincidence.
Her inner beauty he's after.
Yeah, it's totally, he's chasing after that inner beauty. That was tough for me. Like, that's one of those moments where like you just, also the time I didn't show up at the Shorty Awards and I actually won one. That was one of the moments like I just want to literally kick myself.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, and on the stream Shay Mitchell was like, girl with no job, and then like literally it was quiet. And you want to know why I wasn't there? Because like I literally was sleeping. And I was like, I'm never going to win. But I had RSVP'd, yes. I didn't know it was like a real thing. I thought it was like a party.
Yeah, but shame to you.
Beyond
shame on your house.
But I was a gullible big-faced witch of the West back then, too. So you know what? I'm glad I now don't have to like watch a stream where I accept an award with 2 moles on my face, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Not to make the Marilyn Monroe movie about me.
Right. But Marilyn Monroe movie, Marilyn, I'll give it a chance just because.
No, it's called Blonde.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a chance just because that's the power of Elvis and what Elvis did for me, like just embarking on this newfound journey of like
So
appreciation. True. I would love to have that moment with Marilyn because obviously she's a queen, but I don't have a personal connection to her yet.
No, me neither. And I just feel like she's like the type of icon who I would get to know and find annoying.
You think?
But I just like find women annoying because I'm not a woman who supports other women. So maybe that's on me.
We'll have to see. But maybe Ana de Armas is going to like make her annoying. And that's not fair.
So true. A lot of celebrities do that. Like when they get the opportunity to, oh, Kristen Stewart,
yeah.
Diana. Might I have a bit of soup? Oh, could I go for a drive? Would that be all right if I went for a drive? Yeah, like they make historical figures annoying, and then you think of them forever as like, oh, Diana, that annoying fucking bitch. When it's actually Kristen Stewart, that annoying fucking bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though I would like lay my life out on the line for Kristen Stewart.
For her work.
For her work. It's her contribution to cinema is immeasurable.
Yeah.
And I gotta read Twilight.
You do? What are you going to read this weekend?
Oh, I started I've been on a Christina Lauren kick, even though like I have DNR'd 2 of them. Like not every book is for me, but when I find one that's for me, like it's so for me.
But do you find that when you read the same author over and over, like without taking breaks, that like you get so inured to the way that they write and like the similes that they use and like shit like that?
The similes, yes, but I don't really find that. I just find like after I finish, like I'll never read them again and I hate them.
Yeah, I was reading too many Ellen Hildebrand books at one time, and it's like, okay, we get it. You take the Jeep.
Her books are also really long.
Yeah, but no, I love her. She's a queen, but I do need to break up my favorite authors.
Yeah. No, I wanted to stop doing Christina Lauren, and I went on like I went on TikTok. I found like all this recommendation. I found this. I landed on a book, and it just so happened to be Christina Lauren.
That's funny.
It was weird. So yeah, this weekend I have a birthday party. I'm going to see The Counselor.
Send her my regards, will you?
Of course. I really just want to lay down.
Tell her the bunk is asking for her.
I'll tell her the bunk is jumping.
The bunk is uncounseled. And it shows.
Hold on one second. Talk.
Oh, about how the bunk has no counselor. We are just campers flying by the seat of our pants. Counselor Snitch, if you're listening to this, we miss you dearly. Is that a doctor I see?
Theo is here to wish everyone a happy Friday. Hi, my love.
Hi,
It's been a while since you've been on the show. Say hi to everyone.
Hi, gorgeous.
Theo wants to wish everyone a happy Friday. Tell them to be safe, to take Advil before they go to bed if they were drinking, and doctor's orders. Get some rest, but also have some fun.
Yeah, love that for you guys. Read some books. Hopefully, I finish my book soon. It's going slow. It's good, but it's just like never ending.
Here.
But it's good.
We've all been there.
I wonder what I'll read next. We shall see.
Well, if you're looking for something to read, girlwithnojob.com/book. My memoir was a New York Times bestseller. People keep discovering it, sending me messages like, didn't think I could love you anymore, but you're literally like Gandhi. So if you are looking for a book that'll make you laugh, cry, and just like love the toast even more, if it's possible.
Girl with No Job.
Check that out.
Crazy Beautiful Life of an Instagram First Monster by Gandhi Oshry.
Totally. And if you're looking for something fun to do next weekend in the Pacific Northwest, I will be in Portland and Seattle doing my comedy show. There's only like 8 shows left. People are saying it's the greatest comedy show ever written.
The greatest show on earth.
Those people are related to me. It's just important that I make that distinction. Or they have been paid by me to say that. But it's still such a good time. We're going to have spritz. We're going to be drinking with the girlies. It's going to be a meetup of toasters. So I would love to see you. girlwithnojob.com/tour.
That'll be fun. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Take the time to reflect on Queenie's life work, whether it's a book or a show. Probably my next book will probably be a Queenie related book. So if I go do some research, I'll post them on my Instagram that look good. You're welcome.
Yes, please do. You're welcome. Yet anklet. Thank you guys so much for listening to The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we deliver the Fast 5 stories every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places wherever you listen to podcasts. Find us, The Morning Toast. Leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. We love you, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Bye.